they're going to start printing money again, which what happens when you print money? Inflation is going to run wild again. So for Canton Manor, there's a few nuances that I need to work out before actually opening that fund. There's 3 new units that we can build in the common area that's being heavily underutilized there. I've gotten preliminary drawings from an architect to build those units out, but I don't have a quote. I don't know how long it'll take to get a quote. And I don't know if I want to open the fund prior to getting those numbers and figuring out if it's worth opening that fund along with raising capital in order to build those units out. Does that make sense? Or if I don't want to do that and then maybe open up a third fund for Canton as some sort of other fund in order to raise capital to build that out, or leave or get the process started, get it, worked out. And then when we sell the property with the ability to build those units so that there's actually some meat on the bone for a new buyer. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of these nuances, right? Where I'm not exactly sure how I want to take this, right? Or opening the fund where it's a 5-year fund, for example, with here's the game plan that we're going to complete the 3 units. It's a value add, and then we're going to refi at the, in 2 years once the term's up, because it was a 5-year term. And then we're going to refi out at that point and build the new units during this 5-year, fund hold period. And go that route. So there's like 3-4 options that I borderline need to see an estimate of what something like that will cost to build before I make the decision on what I want to do with Canton. Because if the estimate comes in at, say it costs $500,000 to build a new unit, hypothetically speaking, the ROI on that is not worth it, right? But if we can come in where, the ROI is going to be a 10% return building out, or even like 10% plus building out 3 new units on the amount of capital that we would have to raise, or on the loan that we would be, supplementing with to get that built out, might make sense. A lot of sense, actually. And then it would just skyrocket the value of the building. So there's a few things that I need to work out here. I want to do a little bit of more of a deeper dive on the value of the property, prior to me coming out with, okay, well, this is the fund size. This is what we're raising based off of the value of this property. I want to make sure that I'm accurate with my my valuation of the property. Based off, what I really want to make sure of is that I'm pulling extremely accurate cap rates, right? Before I start offering, because there's a lot of volatility in real estate right now. I want to make sure that the cap rates are going to be at least fairly accurate, and I want to build a little bit of a tolerance in there in case the market continues to dip, which there's solid argument to argue that it's actually going to run away again. Because of all these bank crises. There's a lot of anticipation that the feds will not continue to raise rates because they don't want any more bank runs, and they're actually going to start decreasing them. And then they're going to start printing money again, which what happens when you print money? Inflation is going to run wild again. Which will only, further increase the value of these properties. So there's a solid argument where you'd want to get into this now versus, you might be too late if you want to wait to see what ends up happening, right?